Hello, Provo City. This is Superintendent Dow. I'm the Superintendent of Provo City School District. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2024. I hope all of you have had a wonderful holiday break and that 2024 is going to be an incredible new year for each one of you and for your families. I just wanted to update you on a couple of things. I'm going to try with each video cast to highlight some things that are taking place at the elementary, the middle school, and the high school levels so that I try to cover all three areas. I do want you to know that I'm here with our 7 board members at the Utah School Boards Association Conference. We have hundreds of people here that are working hard for public education in preparation for the legislative session. And so I just appreciate the opportunity to work with individuals who prioritize public education across the state. So it's a pretty great experience. I want to just highlight a couple of things that are coming up. So first and foremost, next Tuesday, January 9th, is our board meeting. Our study session will begin at 5 o'clock p.m. with our business meeting beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. The study session will be held in boardroom 1 at the district office, and the business meeting will be held at 7 o'clock p.m. in the Professional Development Center. And we do have public comment opportunities during the business meeting. We are going to be sharing in study session a rewrite of the policy on inclusive learning environments. The policy committee has taken feedback from various patrons as well as comments that were shared in board meeting. So that policy will be available for review beginning on Monday. And then we will discuss it in study session. It will then go to a comment period, basically where stakeholders can provide feedback at that point in time. And then the policy committee will review it again at the very end of January, make any adjustments to it, bring it back to the Board of Education in February. And I'll keep you updated on what that process looks like. And I'll make sure that you know how to submit those comments, and I really appreciate the conversations that I've had with various individuals within our community that have reached out and just come and met with me and had a conversation. I really feel like that helps us to understand people's lived experiences and helps us to craft things that are going to create great environments for our students. So just thank you for those opportunities to dialogue about things. I also want you to be aware that we are addressing school lunch times. So there has been some concerns that have been brought up about especially our elementary school lunch times, that there isn't enough time for students to eat and to have recess. I think there is one of our legislators that is trying to draft some legislation surrounding this. We're really trying to be proactive about it, but we also recognize that it means that we may have to change school schedules in terms of how their master schedule operates. We want to make sure that our school community councils are a part of this process. We want to make sure our teachers are part of this process and that we get that full input. But I have asked that our elementary schools are moving to a 40-minute lunch so that students have at least 20 minutes to eat, and that we also need to be monitoring that at our secondary schools to make sure that after the last lunch is served that there's still 20 minutes for students to eat. So we are trying to be very proactive about this. We might not get everything worked out until next school year, but please know that we are working with our assistant superintendents over secondary and elementary education. I really appreciate Jared Seitz' work with this as he's been working with elementary principals in particular on this issue. So more to come on that. Please know it's on our radar and we are working on it. I also just want to let you know that I feel like there's some misinformation that is happening out in our community about what our district's intention is when we talk about the concept of equity. There are individuals who believe that our district is trying to guarantee equal outcomes for students. That, in my mind, that isn't my background from equity. An equity standpoint is the idea that we are maximizing access and opportunity for students, that we are recognizing that some students may have certain barriers that we have to help them overcome, and to try to recognize those and just help communicate opportunities to our families too. Like sometimes our students learn about things and our parents don't know that those opportunities are available. I'm thinking of things like internships and accelerated classes or concurrent enrollment or what that even looks like. And we need to do a better job of making sure that that's communicated and maximizing those opportunities across the board. We recognize that outcomes has everything to do with the student and what they're doing with those opportunities. So I hope that helps to clear up some things. I taught AP history for 17 years and just really making sure that lots of different kids would have access to that and could learn the awesome skills that come from that rigorous coursework. That's really important to me. So, and it's important to our district leadership team. So I just wanted to make sure that that was out there and that you understand what our philosophy is as a district leadership team and what's guiding our decision-making process. That's why we're huge proponents of AVID at the secondary level, because we really feel like AVID is that place where we maximize those opportunities and we're really improving the communication with our community and with our families and what our kids have access to, particularly at the secondary level. So I just wanted to make sure that that was known. And as always, if you have any questions about that, I would hope that you wouldn't hesitate to reach out to me. And I'm always happy to have a conversation. I do feel like that dialogue really gets us a long ways and that we can understand some different things that are taking place within our district. I also want you to know that we are going to be discussing in board meeting on Tuesday the Dixon Middle School site and some potential dates for community meetings. Really, I need an opportunity to talk to the Dixon community and the Dixon neighborhood. I wasn't here when the decision was made to put Shoreline where it is being built, and just understanding the community's needs and desires, and also communicating kind of what we have discovered our needs are as a district, and really coming together and just listening to one another and finding a plan that's going to work for everyone. That really is my goal. So stay tuned for that information. We also will be talking a lot about inclement weather. We've got snow happening right now, and so look for an email from me that will be kind of lining out and reminding you of what our inclement weather policy is. We really are trying to give families and teachers more notice so it isn't so spur of the moment. We know that there's going to sometimes be an emergency or something that happens with respect to that, and we have to be flexible, but our mode of operation is going to be that we try to give you as much notice as possible. We feel like that kind of communication is always the best. So stay tuned for that. I hope all of you have a great weekend. It definitely looks like a January weekend out there. So happy 2024, everyone. Have a great one.